Hello everyone, this is Tanya here from EDU TV, and today we are with Ms. Swapna Nair, the principal of Bal Bharati School, Brij Vihar, Delhi. And we are here at yet another episode of our program, It's a Matter of Principles, and I'm happy to share that EDU TV has crossed 1.4 million viewers already across 50 countries. And I'm very, very thankful to Ms. Swapna Nair, who has been helping us since inception. Thank you so much for your help, ma'am. Ma'am, I welcome you to our program, It's a Matter of Principles, and we would just want to discuss a few things with you today. Talking about AI, how do you think AI is becoming like an opportunity for students, and on the other hand, how is it also a challenge for schools?
Thank you so much, Tanya, for having me here. First of all, I would like to congratulate Pranav and Tanya for reaching 14 lakh viewers. It's a great thing to hear, and I'm so happy for them. This is all because of their passion and hard work that they have achieved this level. I congratulate you once again, Tanya, for this. And moving towards your question, when we talk of AI, artificial intelligence has taken the center stage these days, and be it for students at any level, whether we start with students with the, even the primary level students are inclined towards taking up artificial intelligence at one or the other level in time. If we talk of challenges, of course, to start with, AI provides a lot of opportunities to the students. So it gives an individualized learning space to the students, and on the other hand, it also reduces the workload of the teachers. A lot of things that the teachers have been doing in their day-to-day teaching learning process is taken up by AI, and it has been helping teachers a lot, and also giving, not only in terms of giving material, but it also saves time for the teachers, because teachers will be able to get the material, and so once they get the material, they are able to put across it to the students and save time. And if I talk of the challenges that the education is facing in terms of our students or anybody who uses AI for that matter, the first is the privacy, the data privacy, which is being hampered, for which the schools have been taking various measures for data privacy. And on the other hand, it also talks about the ethical, somewhere or the other, the ethical components are being compromised when we talk of AI, artificial intelligence, taking up the processes, or maybe acting as a source for our teaching learning process. So I think that, of course, as a coin has two sides of a coin, similarly AI also has it. But then I, as a person, believe that anything that comes across should be taken as an opportunity, and the majority of positives that are there attached to AI should be utilized to the extent to which each person is able to use it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, talking about experiential learning, how do you see experiential learning reshaping the traditional education system, talking about the coming decade?
See, we have moved a long way from having teacher-oriented teaching to a student-centric and student-directed teaching. So when we talk about experiential learning and the traditional learning, so we can actually understand it as active and passive learning. So active learning is something which happens when we take up experiential learning assignments or the projects in school. Experiential learning brings the child very close to the reality, and it tells him or her that how a particular concept which is being used in the classroom can be related to real life situations. Whereas in traditional teaching methods, it was basically the theoretical aspect that was taken care of. We have been talking a lot about the 21st century skills, which majorly talks about creativity, exploration, innovation, communication. So when experiential learning pedagogies come into play, we definitely are grooming our children to do their best as 21st century learners and bringing out the best in them. Here, I would also like to say that the children become active learners, and when they become active in the classroom and teachers take the place of, just a guide for them and also a facilitator, the children are able to be more creative and put across their points in a very, very different manner. And that is where innovations take place in the classroom. And I definitely feel that once the child is active in the classroom, he or she is able to realize his the potential to the best of his abilities, and the teacher is also able to groom the strengths that the child has.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, talking about internships, a lot of students, even at the school level, have started taking up internships now. What, according to you, is the right age to introduce internship for school students or other students in general, and how does it helps them in reshaping their career readiness, please?
Danya, internship has been an integral part of Bal Bharti, and we've been doing it for last 2 to 3 years, wherein our children from grade 11 and 12 have been visiting the industries and, working hand in hand and understanding with the industry experts as to what happens in a particular profession. I personally feel that it definitely helps in shaping of the career and giving a direction to the career of the students. So it should start from grade 9 or grade 10, wherein the child should realize what kind of stream he or she should be taking up. And this is possible only when he visits the industries and get to understand the kind of job opportunities that would be available. As an educator, I have always felt that a child should take up that course which is effective and efficient and helpful for him in the coming 5 years, because that is the time when he enters the job market, and employability is something which has been compromised with the traditional kind of education. So that employability skills only are being groomed once the child realizes what kind of opportunities are available for him in the job market. So I feel that internship is not only helpful for a child to take up a particular course after grade 12, but also helps a child to choose his or her stream, which ultimately defines the career. However, this is Gen Z, and where the children, they are not taking up those careers for which they are being trained. They are more taking up those careers where the skills are important. So employability skill is one which, if groomed at a very early stage, would definitely help the child to realize his potential and reach the, the epitome of his career. Thank you.
Ma'am, talking about the pathway programs, a lot of universities in India have started programs in collaboration with foreign universities where the students get to spend some time here in India and take up their education here, and the remaining time they spend in the country abroad, whichever university they've got a collaboration with. So what are your viewpoints on this kind of pathway programs, please?
Yeah. Tanya, talking about the pathway programs, I have always been in favor of it because, generally what we do in schools is when the child just gets acquainted with the local ecosystem. But we are always grooming our children to be global citizens. And when we groom our citizens to be global citizens, then it is very, very important for them to not only understand the kind of culture and the place where we live in, but also get an exposure of abroad. But sitting in schools or sitting in India, the kind of exposure that they get is very virtual kind of an exposure, which definitely doesn't help the child to get a placement and all. But these kind of pathway programs help the child to get an exposure to the culture of that place as well. And the transition becomes smooth as far as the job area front is concerned. If a child wants to take up a profession and wants to move abroad, which generally the children do, because, it is not only related to the kind of environment that they're living in, but they also want a kind of lifestyle that they get abroad. So if they want to take up a career abroad and they want to work there, then the transition becomes smooth. As a student, if they are into that country, they understand the culture, and then adapting to that culture becomes very, very easy. And of course, the placement becomes easy because when you are into that country, you get to know the kind of opportunities that the country offers to you. And on the other hand, you get a lot of interaction, which happens not only with the, the students from your country, but then you get to interact with the students from other countries, who bring different kind of perspectives with them. The children studying in different areas, be it in India or be it abroad, they have their own perspectives and they have been learning from their background. They have got a lot of exposure. So when a child comes in contact with, say, 10 children of different places, then the child gets a lot of exposure. And this exposure helps in building the people's skill in the child, which is very, very important today. And once the child is a people's person, he will be able to take up any career for that matter. So I think that big shout out for such programs. So I would always favor that. Thank you.